Good morning guys, and thank you for joining me for another What I Ate in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new, my name's Leanne. Hello, thanks for coming by, and if you're coming back, as always, thank you ever so much for doing so. Today is Monday, let's have a great week, and I'm on a half day today because I have the dentist this afternoon for two fillings. So I am just starting my day with a coffee. It's one of my frothy coffees. We're still in that phase. Hopefully for not much longer. I have 200 mils of Alpro Almond Barista in there for 2 cents. So it's now 10 o'clock and I'm just throwing my breakfast together a little bit later than I would have liked, but that's okay. Feeling very virtuous because I had prepped my stuff. So I've got half a pack of chestnut mushrooms and half a pack of Richmond streaky vegan rashers, which are stuck in the pot. And the rashers, there's 4 of them, so that's 3 syns, and the mushrooms are obviously speed. The really nice thing about having this pre-chopped is that it's literally as easy as chucking it in a pan while I make my coffee and the pitta is under the grill. So yeah, I think this is definitely the way forward. As I was saying last week, like, this breakfast is really working for me. I find it's salty, it's filling, it's got the protein in there, it's got some speed in there, it's quick to put together, and it keeps me going. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping going. And here we go. Under 10 minutes, and I've got a coffee, a breakfast, pitta, and an unloaded dishwasher. Just to clarify, the bacon rashers, or vegan rashers, whatever you call them, they're 3 syns, that's the Richmond streaky ones. 3 syns for 4 rashers, mushroom is speed, and wholemeal pitta is healthy extra B choice. Oh, and another 2 syns for my second coffee. So that puts me on 7 syns so far today. It is a gloomy old day today, guys. So it's currently like 12:30, and I'm getting kind of peckish, like not starving, but I know there's no way I'll be able to wait till tonight. So which I was sort of considering, because I was like, oh my god, what can I have, like, you know, that's gonna be relatively easy, that doesn't have garlic in it, and everything. I'm like, that has garlic in. Or it could do. I'm really overthinking this. Anyway, so I just need to make some food. So, like, let's just make some food. It all started with an aubergine. Okay, so the aubergine I just dry fried, and I helped it along the way by pushing down on top of each of those rounds. The aubergine is already cooked and the pan is off, but it's all still hot. So I just thought I'd add the spinach in, just to maybe try and wilt it down a bit, but I probably left it a little bit long, so it's probably not going to have any effect. Meanwhile, I cooked some rice noodles and some edamame beans, which are mostly at the bottom. And I've got some fresh mint chopped, and I'm making a sauce. I just need stirring together. So in my sauce, I have 1 teaspoon of miso paste, half a teaspoon of chili paste, which is about half a syn for 1 teaspoon, which also this is. So basically, these are half a syn a teaspoon each. I put 1.5 teaspoons of that one and half a teaspoon of that one, so it all works out. So it's 1 syn between the 2 of these. I put 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Can you see a pattern here? So that's 2 syns. So it's 3 syns total. And then rice vinegar, I did 2 teaspoons, and soy sauce, I did 3. And I just need to mix this all up. I think the chili paste is quite a hot one. It smelled hot, but I chose to use that because it doesn't have any garlic in it. So that's why. Here we are. It looks a bit of a mess, but it's my mess and I like it. So yeah, just to recap, edamame beans for protein, rice noodles for the carb or starch, however you call it, and then aubergine, spinach and mint are all speed, and then 3 syns for the sauce. Yum. Hi guys, so it's currently like 9 o'clock, and I'm still a bit numb, mostly just here, like the whole side of my face was numb earlier from the dentist, but it's sore down here, which I think is just where she put the injection in, to be honest, so that'll probably go, but it just feels a bit puffy there still. Apart from that, I can move my face again, which is nice. So yeah, all went without a hitch. Not even any pain. My dentist is so good. They're new to me and amazing. So I'm just having some tea, and I'm actually just having soup. So this is one of the portions of the one I made yesterday. God, that feels like a long time ago. And oh yeah, definitely still numb down there. It's funny how you can feel it and it feels like massive, but like looking at my face, it doesn't look anything different to normal. Yeah, so that soup has in it casserole veg. So it's new potatoes, leek, red onion, carrot, and swede. And then broccoli, courgette, and carrot was in the other bag. And cherry tomatoes, and stock, and garlic. And if you watched my video yesterday, I realised I never actually finished talking about the soup stuff. So I had a bit of a soup-nami in the kitchen. I had a little bag of diced swede and carrot, which was reduced. I only picked up because it was reduced, and I boiled it separately to the soup, but then it boiled dry and burnt all over the bottom of the pan, like proper black layer. So that was really fun trying to clear that up, which is why I never ended up filming anything, because I was in such a like and so then I tried mashing it, but it was full of water, but then I added too much water to my soup, so I ended up just chucking in the extra swede and carrot mash in there anyway. My God, what a palaver. But when I threw it in, like, I was really stupid and just chucked it in and just soup splashed out everywhere. Like, honestly, it was so stressful. Like, it was a soup-nami in my kitchen. So that was why I never, like, came back and mentioned anything afterwards. However, I do have sin-free soup now to thank. So if I'm still hungry after I've had that cup of it, I'll have another cup of it, because why not fill up on the sin-free stuff? You know, it's mostly speed food. Why not? And I just tried a bit and it needs a bit of something. I think I didn't put any pepper in it, and that was my mistake. So I just brought in my Slappy Mama to put on it, but I just realised I've left it on the table over there, so silly me. Also, we're going to do a Zen Tangle later, so if you have Zen Tangle stuff, you don't really need anything special. You can even just draw a square on a bit of paper. All you need is a pen and pencil. If you've got a fine liner pen, brilliant. If not, just use whatever pen you want to. But just draw yourself like I think it's like a 3.5 inch square, and then I'll show you what I'm doing for the Zen Tangle of the day, and you can do it with me if you want to, but I'll put that right at the end so that anyone who's only here for food can not have that part. So I'm going to eat and I'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm having some yogurt. Alpro cherry yogurt. This whole pot's 6 syns. It's highly likely I'll eat the whole thing. Right then guys, I am done for the day. I will just show you my diary, and then after this there'll be the whole Zentangle section at the end. Let me know what you think. It took me ages. There was a lot of editing, a lot of stress with a ring light that keeps dying, and me moving the towel constantly out of shot. It's just taken me like an hour to just edit the video. Anyway, doesn't matter. I really hope you enjoy it, because I want to keep doing it every day. So let me know what you think at the end of the video if you stay and watch that part. Fully understand if you don't. I appreciate this is usually about food. Here is today's diary. So finishing on 16 syns, I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. I think that's a decent day. Very much concentrated in the first part of the day again, which is fine. So 7 syns at breakfast, it's becoming the usual. 3 at lunch, and 6 at dinner for that cherry yogurt, which was lovely. really nothing to write home about today. It was a very sort of simple day, slightly thrown off by the dentist. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good Slimming World wise. So hopefully that comes across. So for anyone exiting the video at this point, thank you ever so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And for those staying on for Zentangle, hope you enjoy. Bye. Welcome to the Zentangle part of the video. This is just going to be a really calm part of the video that if you want to, you can Zentangle along with me and learn as I do. Or you can just watch, or you can just stop the video here and move on to tomorrow's when it's up. But for those who are staying, let's have a look at what we're going to need today. The only tools I'm using that are really important, and honestly you could probably do without one of these pens. We need a 01 size pen. This is a really fine black fine liner. This is what you'll use for most lines, and that's probably the one pen that you should get if you want to keep doing Zentangle. The other one I'm using is a size 1, which as you can guess is 10 times thicker. It's almost more of a thin felt tip, but much more inky than that. And I'll just be using that to fill in some areas. I also need a pencil, and if you want to, you can use a blending stump. You don't need to, but I will show you how it makes a difference in your sketch. Now, all of these items I did get from this Zentangle tool set. What I'll do is pop a link in the description of today's video with all the equipment that I'm using, and then you can see what kind of things I've bought. This is my Zentangle drawer. And actually I have quite a lot of stuff in here, various different pens for various different types of Zentangles. I also invested in this box of blending stumps as well as a sharpener, which you'll see later. And this was actually a really good investment. I really like the quality that blending stumps give to shading, and it's not something I've tried before, so that's a new technique that doing Zentangle has already shown me. I'm using this book to practice my designs in before committing to my tile, and you don't need to, you just need a bit of blank paper. You can just draw a square on it. It can be 3 inches, it can be 1 inch, but all it's for is just to practice, and all this book is just blank tiles that you can just scribble in. So I'll just be using some of these small ones to practice the designs that we're doing today. Now, the reason for this, we're going to be doing 1 Zentangle a day. This is a 6-week book, and my aim is to do this every day at the end of these videos. And if I'm not going to do one, I will let you guys know. But if you want to do them with me, then it would be brilliant if you could let me know in the comments. So we're going to start logically with day 1. And the nice thing about this book is it gives you some ideas. So today, what we'll be doing is learning these 3 patterns. The first one is static, the next one is tipple, and the last one is crescent moon. This book gives you step by step. I'll be practicing each one, and then we'll be putting a tile together based on the 3 patterns we've just learnt. So you can learn along with me. Let's get going. We'll start with the static tangle. Begin by drawing a wavy line to represent part of a string. Next, draw some zigzaggy lines. Try and keep these about equidistant apart. It doesn't really matter too much though. As they say, there's no mistakes in tangling. Let's add some shading to the static tangle. Begin by choosing one direction of line and shade deeply on the corner part of it, getting lighter as you move away. Make sure you keep the opposite facing line clear. And then if you want to, use a blending stump just to really smooth it out. The next tangle we'll try is the tipple tangle. For this one, it doesn't matter about keeping the circles the same size, and one of my favourite parts about this one is actually the different size circles. I think it makes it look really nice. What you should concentrate on is keeping them all as circle-like as possible. So if you need to slow down to really make sure you get a nice round circle, then that's what you need to do. Just stay calm, focus through it, and concentrate on getting lovely round circles. To shade the tipple tangle, we're just going to go round the outside. So make your darker part round the outside and bring it lighter as you come in. And then again, if you wish, use a blending stump to smooth it all out. The next tangle we'll do is the crescent moon tangle. So we'll start with drawing a line to represent our string. This is just practice, remember. The next thing to do is draw some half moons all the way around the outside. Leave some space in between because we're going to put some lines over the top of them. Then you want to keep going with those lines. Make them smaller and smaller until you end up with one consecutive decreasing line that ends up in the middle. Then you can shade in your moons. This is where I'm using that thicker pen. To shade the crescent moon tangle, just focus on the part nearest the filled in half moons, and it'll be getting lighter as you go out from those. Just try and remember that when you're blending it, or if you're just using shading. Now that we've learnt the 3 types of tangle we'll be putting on our tile today, let's make our Zentangle tile for the day. You'll just need your thin pen, your thick pen, and your pencil, and blending stump if you have one. Begin by making a dot in the 4 corners of your Zentangle tile. Leave some space between the dots and the edge of the card. Join them up using your pencil. Don't worry about keeping the lines straight. Curved lines are more interesting to the human eye. now create your string. This is just a line, a free-flowing line, and it can go any way you like. Don't think about what shape you want it to be, just let your hand flow as you make it. As you can see, I've just got one string on my tile, and I've done a loop in the middle. Quite conveniently, this actually broke it into 3 sections. Now let's put everything we've learnt today in one place. Complete your tile using the 3 tangles we've learnt.